Hello everyone, I'm Anime Freak and welcome to the video. Today I am going to be doing something very special for you guys, and that is, well, you've obviously seen the title, and it's my top 10 worst screw attacks, death battle, Goku vs Superman, fights 1 and 2, moments. But before I start this video, I just want to say that screw attacks videos on death battles are only for entertainment purposes only. These guys don't know what they're talking about in their death battles, especially when it came to Goku vs Superman. But this isn't going to be me bitching and complaining about me accusing Screw Attack of them being wrong about the two fights. This list will contain moments that I really didn't like about the two fights. Now I just want to make one thing perfectly clear. I don't hate Superman in the least, okay? To all the Superman fans out there who thinks I'm going to be biased about the fights and saying, oh, the Superman parts was crap, well, don't worry. This isn't going to be about me bashing Superman, so don't you guys worry. It's just going to be me pointing out the parts of both of the videos which I didn't like. And before I start this video, I just want to say that if you haven't seen Screw Attack's Goku vs Superman and Goku vs Superman Part 2, then I'll leave links in the description box below to those videos. Please go and watch them first, and then as soon as you watch that, come back and watch this video. So, with all that said and done, let's get to the list. Number 10. His strength, speed, and durability calculations. Okay, I'm just going to say this. What Screw Attack said about Goku's speed, strength, and durability, they were completely off. Simply because Goku's speed, strength, and durability has changed from when he was a kid all the way to GT. And what I mean by this is, even though Screw Attack's methods were not bad, in fact, you could almost call them genius, but there is a problem with this. Okay, to start off with, let me ask you guys something. Let's just say we got two Gokus from the same series. We got the beginning of Z Goku versus the end of Z Goku. Now, which one do you think would win in a fight in their base forms? The end of Z Goku or the beginning of Z Goku? And I'm not talking about, oh, the end of Z Goku's transformations. I'm talking about in their base forms. If these two had a fight in their base forms, which one would win? And to make it even more fair, let's just say I took away end of Z Goku's instant transmission, the Kaioken, the Spirit Bomb. Let's just say I took away all of Goku's techniques from the end of Z and made him exactly like beginning of Z Goku, with the exception of power levels. Now I know some of you are going to say, wait a second, Anime Freak, you can't use power levels, they're very unreliable. Now that's a good point, because I agree with you guys. Power levels are unreliable. They became unreliable ever since the end of the Frieza saga. But there's also another thing we can use, and that is power scaling, but I'll get to that in a bit. Goku's ki increases every time he trains, or whenever he gets close to death and gets healed, his power increases thanks to his Senkai boost. So let's just say, for example, Goku didn't learn any new techniques or transformations or anything like that. Let's just say we just use the base forms. Again, who would win between beginning of Z Goku or the end of Z Goku? And the answer would obviously be the end of Z Goku, because Screw Attack goes on about his speed on Snake Way and his durability, comparing it to the Dr. Gero bomb, and his lifting strength with those weights he was using in the other world. Speaking of which, how does strength equal punching power? I mean, in Dragon Ball Super, Goku was able to shake the entire universe with colliding with Beerus with just a punch, and if they would have went any further, they would have destroyed the universe. But they're using GT Goku, so not Super Goku. But I'm getting off topic. But let's concentrate on the speed and durability. In my opinion, I think Goku is able to survive a planet blowing up in his face, in his base form. I mean, look at Goku when he was in Hell fighting Cell and Frieza. And I know some of you are going to say, oh, GT isn't canon. Just hear me out, guys. I'm trying to make a point here. I'm not using Super Goku. I'm using GT Goku. Frieza was able to survive a planet blowing up in his face when he was sliced in half and being blown to pieces by Goku. Well, I wouldn't say he was like blown to pieces by Goku, but he was badly hurt because Goku blasted him. And this is all due to the fact that Frieza is so durable. And this is when he was sliced in half and he was blasted. And in GT, Goku didn't even need to go Super Saiyan in order to defeat Cell and Frieza. So let's just say, for example, Goku went Super Saiyan 3 at the end of GT. I would use Super Saiyan 4, but there is no official multiplier for this form. I think the reason why screwattack used their multiplier because Goku can use Kamehameha times 10. But anyways, yeah, back to Super Saiyan 3. Let's just say, for example, Goku was able to survive a planet explosion in his base form. How many planets could he take in his Super Saiyan 3 form? I've calculated it, and I think it's about 1,200 planets. That's how durable Goku is in his Super Saiyan 3 form. Now, before any of you say, oh, but Vegeta died in his Super Saiyan God form when Frieza blew up the planet. Well, the reason why Vegeta was killed in his God form was because he can't breathe in space, but Frieza can. And Frieza was weaker in his final base form, but Super Saiyan God Blue Vegeta was leagues and leagues and leagues more powerful than Frieza. But like I said, it was the fact that Frieza can survive in space, but Vegeta can't. So I think I've made a point on that. So what I'm trying to get at is, they're using methods in a point of time in the series when Goku was training. The Snake Way method isn't going to work because the end of Z Goku is going to be much more faster than he was on Snake Way. And Goku is obviously going to be more durable than he was in the Cell Saga. So really, these methods don't really work at this point in time. Goku gets stronger, faster and durable as the series goes on. He isn't just at the same level until the end of Z or GT. And this brings me to the next one. Number 9.
We cannot judge Goku by his power level, nor can we through power scaling, the theory that he can achieve the same feats as lesser Dragon Ball characters.
Yeah, power scaling. As you guys can see, that screwattack obviously don't know what power scaling is. Now let me tell you guys something. Obviously Goku can't regenerate himself like Majin Buu or Piccolo, nor can Goku use magic, nor can Goku breathe in space. All that stuff is in the character's biology. But on the other hand, Goku can learn the Final Flash, Big Bang Attack, Masenko, the Destructo Disc, the Solar Flare. Hell, he even made the Kamehameha, which was originally Master Roshi's, his. Again, these are things he can learn because they are ki based. And the Super Saiyan transformation is solely restricted to him and other Saiyans, with the exception of Cell because he has Saiyan blood inside of him. Hell, he even learned the Mafuba, for crying out loud. You see, these are called techniques, and those other things that I mentioned, like Buu and Piccolo's regeneration, the Super Saiyan transformations and the Senkai boosts, all of those things are called abilities. It is something that you do not learn, but it has to be part of you. I mean, if screwattack is talking about that, then yes, Goku can't learn how to regenerate or breathe in space. Remember in number 10 when I said that power scaling would make it on this list? Yeah, this is it. Now I know what some of you are going to say. You're going to say, wait a sec, why didn't you add this to number 10? Well, because obviously screwattack messed up with this, because everything in this series is all about power scaling. I mean, look at Frieza and Vegeta in the Frieza saga. Frieza absolutely demolished Vegeta. But now, look in Super. Frieza was in his final form and Vegeta was in his Super Saiyan Blue form. And look at Goku when he was fighting Frieza in Super. He was in his base form without going Super Saiyan 1. Look at Gohan versus Cell. Gohan in their first fight was much more weaker, and then when Gohan went Super Saiyan 2, he demolished Cell, and then when Cell blew himself up and came back, it was said that he was on par with Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. And what I mean by this is, when Cell flew away and did a Kamehameha towards the Earth to kill Gohan along with the Earth, Gohan effortlessly blasted his own Kamehameha towards Cell without any effort. It's all across the series if you just look. I know I should have put this in with number 10, but when they said, oh, we can't judge Goku by his power level or power scaling, I called absolute bullshit on that. These guys don't know what the hell they are talking about. So this deserved a place on the list. So yeah. Number 8. The speed. Again, this should have been in number 10, but here's the thing. Look what they did to Goku's speed when they was explaining how fast he was to Superman. Again, Goku's speed has changed from when he was a kid to all the way to GT. I know I mentioned this earlier in number 10, but again, Goku's speed from when he was on Snake Way has changed. Again, his speed from the beginning of Z all the way to the end of GT has changed dramatically. But that's not the main reason I'm talking about his speed. I mean, look at their calculations, the ones in circles. I mean, just look at their calculations. I would explain it, but I think Seth the Programmer can actually say it better than I could. Seth, take it away.
So basically what happened for speed, they said, okay, Goku can move at 64, million kilometers per hour. And then for Super Saiyan, he can move 32 million kilometers per hour. So what they were trying to make it look like, they're trying to make it look like they multiplied it by 50, because, like 6 times 5 is 30. So they thought they could slip in that 32 and make you think that they multiplied the other one by 50. But if you look at it, they actually said that Super Saiyan is half the speed of base Goku on their shit. They're trying to pull a fast one on us, bro. They think we're fucking retarded. And then, so Super Saiyan 2 is exactly as fast as base Goku. So they literally downplayed Goku to be 100 times slower than he actually would have been, so that Superman would have been faster than him at the end screen. So just keep that in mind, that they're pulling this slithery ass shit when we're doing more of our calculations, all right? So literally in their own calculation, Goku is over 100 times, well, not 100, he's more like 20 times faster than Superman, because they had Superman at 10 times faster than light, and Goku would be like 260 times faster than light if you did the proper multipliers. So
all right, so I'm gonna give you like an exact number here. So they say that base Goku is 64 million times, his speed is 64 million kilometers per hour. You times it by 50 for Super Saiyan 1, and you should be getting about 3.2 billion. But what did they put on there? They put 32 million. So
half base warp.
The Super Saiyan 1, and then, you times it by 2, you should be getting 6.4 billion. But what did they put on there? 64 million. I don't know why they did that. Like, they're just trying to fucking downplay him, bro. Like,
well, the whole point.
Thank you, Seth. And to all you guys who wants to know what the full speed that Goku can travel, well, I took the liberty of actually calculating it, and I think I got it right, but yeah, here you go, guys. If we was to do this properly, his power level from his base form all the way to Super Saiyan 4 would be this. I would also like to bring up that travel speed and battle speed are completely different. Now, why am I bringing this up? Well, if you guys really think about it, travel speed and battle speed are completely different. And again, I'm going to get Seth the Programmer to explain this to you guys.
There's a clear distinction between travel speed and combat speed. Even like in the DC Comics, they state this, right? For example, when Batman and Wonder Woman and Superman are talking about it, Wonder Woman says that she's faster in overall combat, but Superman has the better raw speed or travel speed. And
right.
Then Superman says, "Oh, so like what do you mean?" And then Bruce Wayne basically confirms to him, "Okay, who's faster, Bruce Lee or Usain Bolt?" Right? So Usain Bolt's much faster in overall running and travel speed, but Bruce Lee's much faster in combat. So, I mean, that's an example right there. Goku, to imply that he's only, fucking hypersonic or whatnot, like in Dragon Ball Z, even though he's much stronger than, Raditz and Piccolo, who could, react and fire these attacks that were relativistic to faster and light speeds, is this complete bullshit, considering even if you go down the arc, in the Frieza saga, Goku outright reacted to many of these attacks from Frieza, even Gohan and a much stronger Piccolo, they couldn't react to. Only Vegeta could, and then Frieza got much faster, right? It's just complete downplay on that part. I also found out that, I mean, they were just nitpicking like statements because they took like a statement from Batman saying that Superman's top speed was like a couple billion times kilometers per hour or whatnot.
So really, Goku is faster in speed and in battle. So they screwed up the calculations and they screwed up on battle speed and travel speed. I would like to take this opportunity for you guys to please go and check out Seth the Programmer's videos. He's a good analysis. His videos on Dragon Ball Z, One Punch Man and Superman, they're all pretty legit. Hell, he even does a bit of Naruto there and there. I will leave a link in the description box below to the video that I borrowed this clip from. So with that out of the way, let's continue on to the next one. Number 7. They meshed up every single Superman into one. The problem with this is there are about 40 plus versions of Superman, and each of them have their own strength and weaknesses. You have all sorts of versions of Superman. You've got Cosmic Armor Superman, God of Steel, New 52, you have the cartoon version of Superman, and so on and so on and so forth. The only two that I can think of that can never ever be beaten is Pre-Crisis and Cosmic Armor Superman. Pre-Crisis can make up powers on the fly and has broken infinity, and then you've got Cosmic Armor Superman, which is basically just as powerful as Pre-Crisis Superman. Let's just say that Cosmic Armor Superman can never ever be beaten, so that would be 2 automatic wins for Superman. But as for the rest, each of these Superman have lost and won against powerful and weaker opponents. I mean, let me ask you guys something. You know Superboy Prime and New 52, let's just say we meshed those guys up. Would that make any sense? Of course it wouldn't, because these two Superman are completely different. I would also like to bring up something else. You know Goku from GT and Goku from Dragon Ball Super? These two Gokus are completely different. Goku from GT never obtained Super Saiyan God form, and Goku from Dragon Ball Super never obtained Super Saiyan 4. And it's pretty clear that Super Saiyan God is more powerful than Super Saiyan 4. When I look at Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball GT, what I see here are branch-offs. So far, Akira Toriyama only gave notes and designs for GT, and Akira Toriyama, with the help of Taratoro, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, is continuing the series. Some people may not know this, but it was said that Akira Toriyama said that the Dragon Ball Z movies was a parallel dimension. They don't really take place in the Dragon Ball Z storyline. Now, if we have a look at GT, when the hole in the sky opened, where all the villains came out, we saw Cooler, Broly, and so on and so on. And this got me thinking, why would the villains be in GT if GT is a sequel to Dragon Ball Z? And again, Akira Toriyama said that the movies are a parallel dimension to the Dragon Ball Z series. So it's safe to say that GT is a sequel to the movies. Unless it's been confirmed that GT is a sequel to Dragon Ball Super, then I'm going to treat these two as their own branch-offs. Because if this is the case, then having Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan 4 in the same timeline wouldn't make any sense. And it's the same with these 40 plus versions of Superman. You can't just mesh them up together. They all conflict with each other's personalities, their abilities, their strengths, their weaknesses, their goals and achievements, their timelines, and so on and so forth. Each version of Superman is unique in his own way. Because, let me tell you guys something, if screwattack was to get all the versions of Superman and take the 2 versions of Goku, and then have Super Saiyan 4 Goku go up against all these versions of Superman, and those of them who can defeat Super Saiyan 4 can go on to Dragon Ball Super Goku. Because, let me tell you guys something, if screwattack was to actually do this, and make this a reoccurring thing, and have all these Supermen go up against these 2 versions of Goku, then this would not only be entertaining, but it would also keep everybody happy if the research is done right. And if a version of Superman can beat both Gokus, then I wouldn't mind, as long as the research is done right. So again, you cannot mesh up different versions of the characters in order to give the other character an edge in a fight. If screwattack wants to use Super Saiyan 4 Goku against all these other versions of Superman, then I'm fine with that, because Dragon Ball Super hasn't finished yet. And then as soon as Dragon Ball Super has finished, we can use Dragon Ball Super Goku. So with all that said and done, let's get on to the next one. Number 6. Superman summoning Shunran to wish the Earth and its people back. In some ways, this image looks pretty damn cool. Superman gathering the Dragon Balls and then summoning Shunran, and without any words, Shunran brings back the planet Earth and presumably bring back all the inhabitants of Earth. But there's a few things wrong with this. Number one, how does Superman know about the Dragon Balls? How does he know that a magic dragon pops out and it grants wishes? And the other thing is, how are the Dragon Balls active? Dende was on Earth when the Earth was destroyed, and if the creator of the Dragon Balls is dead, then how is Superman able to use them? It would have made a lot more sense if Superman got Porunga to wish back the Earth. And there's also one more tiny little detail, and that is this. How is Shunran able to bring back Goku? Because in the Dragon Ball Z series, Goku was already wished back, and Shunran cannot bring back the same person twice. Now this can go either way, because back in the Cell arc, at the end of the Cell games, we was told that Goku couldn't be wished back because he was already wished back. But when the Buu saga came around, it was said that Dende upgraded the Dragon Balls so they can get 3 wishes. Now, I'm not sure if Dende upgraded them again so they can bring back people again and again and again. I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan, and even I don't know this. I mean, you would have thought Dende would have went, okay, if any of you die again, I'll just upgrade the Dragon Balls to wish you guys back as many times as you want. So yeah, that's basically it. On to the next one. Number 5. This is going to be a tiebreaker. And since some lists have tiebreakers, I'm going to have one too. The first one is Superman beating Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan God Blue Goku in the second fight. Now, in the first fight, Goku went Super Saiyan 4 and he was on par with Superman. Hell, even Superman says, "Oh, I don't have enough left in me. I gotta get above those clouds." You know what? I'll just show you guys.
Don't have much left in me. Have to get above those clouds. Oh no, you don't!
It looked like an even match, but then when we came to the second fight, Goku went Super Saiyan God, a form that literally shook the universe. Well, it wasn't exactly the form that shook the universe, but it was actually Beerus and Goku punching each other that made the universe shake. Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue is more powerful than Super Saiyan 4, and I mean leagues and leagues more powerful than Super Saiyan 4. I'm going to give screwattack a little bit of a break here, because the two movies, Battle of Gods and Resurrection of Frieza, came out before the series, and that was all the information screwattack had on Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue. Hell, Goku even said that even if Goku and Vegeta was to fuse, it still wouldn't be enough to beat Beerus. And this was before he got the God power. Here's a scene from the second fight.
With every step, an earthquake. With every breath, I could create a hurricane. This is my burden. Be thankful it is not yours.
Hell, Superman was even bragging. I mean, seriously, he was bragging while he was punching Goku like Superman was punching Zod in Man of Steel. And that's going to piss off a lot of people. I mean, how would the Superman fanbase feel if Goku says, with every punch, I can shake the universe? With every Kaioken, I can get powerful instantly. But I'm getting off track. And let's go to the other thing. And that is this. Goku was able to push Superman into the sun with his Kamehameha times 10, I mean, yeah, they had a bit of a struggle there, but he was able to best Superman, and then when Fight 2 came around, this happened.
I will beat you!
Dude, seriously, what the hell was that? Okay, hold on. He's able to push back Superman with his Kamehameha times 10, but Superman is able to walk through a Super Saiyan God full power Kamehameha. Are you kidding me? Seriously. And before I go on, I just want to say that that scene was cool, okay? Superman just walking through it with that music. Oh my god, that looked amazing. And I mean really, really amazing. Even though I call bullshit on it, I think that just looks cool. So those are my two tiebreakers. Superman easily beating Goku in his Super Saiyan God form, and walking through Goku's Super Saiyan God Blue Kamehameha, even though he was pushed into the sun with Goku's Super Saiyan 4 Kamehameha times 10. Very inconsistent, screwattack. Very inconsistent. Okay, on to the next one. Number 4. We only get 5 minutes of fighting between Goku and Superman in the second fight. Seriously, we only get 5 freaking minutes. Okay, let me tell you guys something. In the first fight, we got 10 minutes. And you know what? That was a pretty good fight. And it was a pretty good length. Everything was all built up. We went from Goku's base form all the way to Super Saiyan 4. The way they both fight, how they interacted with each other, the items they used. Okay, it wasn't a perfect fight, but it was close to perfect. It was a pretty damn good fight. And again, the time was decent. The first fight was 10 and the second one was 5 minutes. The analysis and the information was pretty much bullcrap in the first fight. And when the fight between Goku and Superman ended, there was many people who thought, okay, that's fair enough. If Superman can do this, that's fine. And there were still fans of Goku who was like, oh no, like Goku can still win. They did it all wrong. After that fight, everybody either loved it or hated it. Me personally, I loved it. It was a good fight, and I loved the interactions between Goku and Superman. At the time, I didn't realize that screwattack's calculations were off, so I just accepted defeat, because these guys seemed to know what they were talking about. But thankfully, after watching Seth The Programmer's and Animation Rewind's videos, I learned that screwattack is full of shit. They don't know what they're talking about. But this was after the second fight of screwattack's Goku vs Superman. And I know I'm going off topic, but I am getting to the point. When we had Battle of Gods and Resurrection OF, everybody went nuts. Everybody loved Battle of Gods and Resurrection OF. Me personally, I thought Resurrection OF was... I mean, it was alright, but I just saw no point of bringing Frieza back. Yeah, spoilers there. Until the Universal Tournament came along. So, yeah, there was meaning for Frieza to come back, but I'm getting off topic again. After the two movies, we was expecting the fight to be longer, because everybody has been waiting for this rematch, and everybody wanted to see what screwattack would do. And I'm going to say this, I'm going to give screwattack some leeway on the analysis on this fight, because screwattack had barely have anything to work with, and Dragon Ball Super came out sometime later after the fight. But here's the thing, everybody has been asking screwattack to give us a rematch, and to be honest, I was expecting something along the lines of, I don't know, like 15 to 20 minutes of fight time. Now don't get me wrong, the second fight was good. I mean, the animation looks absolutely gorgeous compared to the first fight. It almost looks like it came from a computer game or something. I give the animation team who worked on this fight a 10 out of 10. It's that good. But the first fight had character. Despite the animation being as it is, which is aged quite a bit, the first fight gave us character development, it gave us interactions, it gave us funny moments, it gave us surprises. It was almost like its own little story. But the second fight, despite the animation being fantastic, I didn't get that feeling that the first fight gave us. I mean, it's like screwattack went Hollywood on us. Just throw on some special effects, make the animation look a lot nicer. They went in the right direction by giving us the animation in the second fight. And in the first fight, they gave us a good story. What would happen if these two actually went and fought? The first fight had length, and story. But the second fight gave us great animation, but less story. Everybody was asking for this, and you would have expected screwattack to go, okay, everyone's been asking for this, so let's just make this fight 20 minutes long. Because that's what I was expecting when I heard the announcement for this fight. It was way too short. I was expecting bigger and better things. They got the animation down, but the length is something that I'm disappointed in. Okay, screwattack, keep the animation, but give us more personality and length to the next fight of Goku versus Superman, because we all know there's going to be a third fight. So with that said, let's go on to the next one. Number 3. The Climax. Oh my god, are you serious? Okay, hold on. First off, they make Superman walk through Goku's god Kamehameha, and then he grabs him, floats him up into the air, and fries his brain. Are you kidding me? For me, this was very anticlimactic. At least in the first fight, we had Superman go into the sun, and he powered up to get more power to defeat Goku. And while Superman was in the sun, Goku was gaining power for the spirit bomb so he can absorb it. And then Superman came out of the sun and Goku absorbed the spirit bomb. Superman rushed at Goku and they went straight into the middle of the earth. And then Goku went Super Saiyan 4 and Goku went Dragon Fist, and Superman did some sort of, I don't know, infinite mass punch, I think. I don't know what that was, but when they hit and the earth exploded, that was a pretty damn good climax. I was expecting for Superman to use his super flare against Goku. That's what I wanted to see. After being told that Superman can use the super flare, I was looking forward to seeing it. And then they give us this bullshit of Superman frying Goku's brain. Here's the thing. If Superman is as strong as he needs to be, then why does he need the super flare? It doesn't make sense. Because again, they are meshing Superman up with other versions. The solar flare is New 52's version's ability, and the heat vision that he used to dissect whatever his name was in Superman versus the Elite. Again, this is screwattack meshing up other versions of Superman. Because here's the thing, I really wanted to see Superman's super flare. And if Goku was to lose because of the solar flare, then that would have been much more satisfying than Superman frying Goku's brain. Seriously, am I the only one who was really pissed off that screwattack would just mention the super flare and then not use it? That just pissed me off. Again, it would have been much more cooler if Superman used his super flare. Let's not forget, Goku has his Kaioken times 10 with his Super Saiyan God form. So a rematch is coming. So yeah, that's done. So on to the next one. Number 2.
I believe this is the part where I say, I told you so.
But King Kai, I don't understand.
You can't beat him.
Sure I can. I'll just train harder than ever.
No, Goku. You can overcome any limit put in front of you, but his power has no limit. Even if you somehow found the power to surpass him, you wouldn't have anything left to aspire to. Do you truly want that?
Nah, sounds boring. Oops. King Kai, do you have anything to eat?
Goku, I'm trying to be serious here.
What? My stomach has limits too, you know.
KO!
I cannot believe that they made Team 4 Star say that. And yeah, I know what some of you are going to say, oh, screwattack must have given them a script for them to record. And even though I know screwattack was the ones that made them say that, I'm still pissed off because I think the real reason why they made Team 4 Star say those things is because I think screwattack wanted the Dragon Ball Z fandom to shut up once and for all. Because in my opinion, Team 4 Star has a lot of respect from the fans of Dragon Ball Z. And getting Team 4 Star on this project is most likely a way to take a lot of heat off from screwattack. I'm probably reading too much into this, But come on, seriously, where's their pride of being Dragon Ball Z fans? I mean, you would have thought screwattack would have just asked Team 4 Star if they would give them any pointers, and maybe ask how powerful Goku is. Okay, I'm not saying Team 4 Star are traitors and moved on to Superman's side, because I know for a fact Team 4 Star are huge Dragon Ball Z fans, and I know for a fact this was just a collab. But for me, honestly and truthfully, this kind of made me think, well, you know what, if Team 4 Star is saying this, then I'll have to take the word for it, that Goku can't beat Superman. I mean, this really pissed me off, but not as much as the previous numbers on this list. But the real big reason why I put this higher on the list is because it's right next to the anticlimactic ending. We get Superman walking through the Kamehameha, he holds him, he fries his brain, he throws him off a building, we don't get to see the super flare, and then we get Team 4 Star telling us Goku cannot beat Superman. Dude, seriously, that was harsh, and pretty low for screwattack. On its own, I think this would have been lower down on the list, but to have Superman walk through a Kamehameha to King Kai telling Goku that he can't beat Superman was just a low blow. So yeah, that happened. On to the next one. Number 1. Their explanation why Superman would win in the second fight. This was after the fight, and to be honest, when I first saw this and screwattack gave their reasons why Superman would win, to be honest, I actually agreed with them, because when they brought up his speed feat, his lifting feat of lifting up infinity and eternity, I was like, okay, seriously, Goku can never ever do that. And when they showed that they proved that Superman can survive a fall to the earth, I was like, okay, so these guys know what they're talking about. I agree with them. And when they brought up that Goku has limits to overcome and Superman has no limits, again, I agreed with them. I 100% agreed with screwattack. And they go on to say that even if Goku gets a new form in the future, there will always be a limit to his power, whereas Superman doesn't have a limit. And even though it saddened me to admit it, I agreed with screwattack. 100%. That was until I came across Animation Rewind. They too did a Goku vs Superman match. Now, this was back when I decided to become a YouTuber, that I was going to start doing anime stuff, and I was stuttering a lot, I couldn't get my words out, I got confused at times. I like to think that I'm not as bad as I used to be, but back then I was very nervous. I was very wet behind the ears. Back then I decided to do reaction videos, and as you can see, I'm still doing them, but I'm expanding my horizons and doing new things like these top 10s and reviews, rants, that sort of thing. But back then I was doing reaction videos to get my confidence up, and I really enjoyed doing reaction videos. But like I said, I'm expanding my horizons and trying new things. But anyways, yeah, I'm going off topic. My opinion changed on screwattack's Goku vs Superman when I came across Animation Rewind. Again, they did a Goku vs Superman video, and I thought to myself, you know what, I'll react to this and see what Animation Rewind's got. And when I watched Animation Rewind's video of Goku vs Superman, I was absolutely shocked to see what Animation Rewind gave us. I won't tell you guys what happened in the video, but I will give you a link in the description box below to Animation Rewind's channel, so you guys can go and check out his videos. He's a pretty good analysis, but his animation skills could really use some work. I know he gets some other animators to do his fights for him, but I think the main thing with Animation Rewind is the analysis. And it wasn't just Goku vs Superman that Animation Rewind did. He does a wide range of characters going up against each other. There's Saitama vs Goku, Saitama vs Superman, Bugs Bunny vs Mickey, there's team fights, preparation time. He does a wide range of fights between characters. Superman, the Hulk, Saitama, Goku, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, video game characters, anime characters, cartoon characters. And then I came across Seth The Programmer's channel, and his channel is based on analysis of how powerful characters are. Seth The Programmer dissected screwattack's videos on Goku vs Superman, both videos. Seth The Programmer is that guy I showed you back in the number 8 spot. And you know what? He's pretty damn good at his analyses. Both Animation Rewind and Seth The Programmer made videos based on screwattack's Goku vs Superman. And this is when I started to take back all the agreements I had for screwattack's Goku vs Superman. There's also this other guy called Just a Robot. He's not an analysis per se, but he does bring up good points in the fights that I think you guys should listen to as well. So this is what I want you guys to do. Stop this video, go and watch Animation Rewind, Seth The Programmer, and Just a Robot's videos on Goku vs Superman, and they will tell you guys why Goku would win. I will leave links in the description box below to their videos. So again, please go and check out Animation Rewind, Seth The Programmer, and Just a Robot. These guys will fill you in on what they researched. I will give you guys 30 seconds to stop this video, and then as soon as you've watched those 3 channels, come back and watch me. So I'm starting the clock right about now. Hello guys, welcome back. Now, let's move on to the next one. Oh yes, I do have one more on this list. This is the number where I 100% agree with, and it stays at the top no matter what. If you saw my top 10 favorite anime video, then you guys will understand what's going to happen next. And the next number is obviously 0. The 0 number is the place where I put something in that spot and it stays there no matter what. Like in my top 10 favorite anime video, number 0 is the place where I put my favorite anime series of all time. And number 0 is the worst of screwattack. But before I go into that, I just want to make a few honorable mentions. Number 1 is Goku losing at the end of the first fight. This would have been on the list, but the ending was satisfying, and now we've got Dragon Ball Super to continue for us. The second one is Goku using his power pole to beat Superman. I know Superman is weak to magic, but I never really understood how the power pole is supposed to hurt Superman. I was going to put this on this list, but Goku doesn't use the power pole anymore. Hell, seeing Goku use it in his Super Saiyan form was weird. But like I said, I've never known the power pole to actually have any powers that could hurt other beings. To my knowledge, I don't think the power pole is like Mjolnir from Avengers with Thor. I know Mjolnir has magical properties that can actually hurt other characters, but the only thing I've seen the power pole actually do is grow in size. But other than that, I don't think the power pole has any other magical qualities than that. And I don't even know how magic items actually work on Superman. So yeah, that's off that list. And I have a very special guest for you guys. My pal, your favorite Canadian YouTuber, has also contributed his thoughts on what he didn't like about screwattack's Goku vs Superman. So, Canadian YouTuber, take it away.
So my good friend and my freak 17 is doing a list of the top 10 worst screwattack Goku vs Superman moments, and he asked me if I want to do a collab with him and if there's anything I'd like to add to the subject. Well, as a matter of fact, there is. And this is what I'd like to share on this subject. Okay, while there are clearly many problems with both parts of Goku vs Superman Death Battle, I think one of the first problems I sort of had with both of them was probably Goku's voice. The voice of Goku for both episodes was in fact Team 4-Star Goku. Now don't get me wrong, I really like the Dragon Ball Z Abridged series. It's hilarious, no doubt. However, TFS Goku's voice just doesn't have the same feeling as the real Goku's voice. You know, Sean Shamel. And trust me, I know Sean Shamel, because I met him at Fan Expo last year. And I'm hoping to meet him again when I go to Fan Expo again this year. Sadly, I don't have any photos to share. If I did, I'd definitely show you. Sorry for getting off topic a little. Anyway, TFS Goku tried so hard to sound serious, and he tried so hard to sound like the real Goku, from what I've seen. But sadly, even when TFS Goku tries to sound like the real Goku, it just doesn't work, nor does it feel the same. You understand what I'm trying to say, right? Once again, I have nothing against Team 4-Star, and I really like the DBZ Abridged series. But while TFS Goku's voice fits perfectly in the Abridged series, sadly, in my opinion, it just doesn't fit very well in these specific episodes of Death Battle. I hope you all understand. So those were my honest thoughts I like to share on screwattack's Goku vs Superman Death Battle. By the way, sorry if my voice sounds a little weird. I just woke up not too long ago. This is your favorite Canadian YouTuber A signing out.
Judas, hang him! Find him and hang him! Everybody gather everyone. We are gonna go and find the Canadian YouTuber and hang him! Nah, I'm joking. Canadian YouTuber, thank you very much for giving us your thoughts. And to all you guys who are watching this video, please go and check out your favorite Canadian YouTuber, A. He does some very good content. He too does analysis like Animation Rewind, and I also react to his videos. He's one of my favorites who does analyses. He's definitely in my top 5. He's a rising star on YouTube, and again, I would highly appreciate if you guys could go and check out your favorite Canadian YouTuber, A. You know what? I think I know why the Canadians say A. I think it was the Brits who actually gave him that. I think it's because when the Brits are confused about something, they go, eh? Like that. But I'm going off topic. So, let's move on to the last and final worst moment of screwattack's Goku versus Superman. 0. With this one, I'm kind of cheating, but I think it's worth mentioning. And I think both the Superman fanbase and the Dragon Ball Z fanbase will agree with me on this. And that is this: not getting the Superman and Dragon Ball Z fandom on this. And when I mean not on this, I mean getting their advice on how the fights would turn out. Here's the thing: who is the best people to ask about their favourite characters and or series? The fans, of course. Now, most of the time, the fan bases can be very biased. This includes most fan bases, and the Dragon Ball Z fandom and the Superman fandom are no different. Most of the time, you hear the fan bases going, oh no, Superman can easily beat Goku, or you'll get the Dragon Ball Z fandom saying, oh no, Goku can win, he would definitely win. But here's the thing: if you're looking for the right people who wants to do things fairly and squarely, then we should get fans from both sides who are analyses and wants a good, clean, fair fight. For me, I highly recommend Animation Rewind, Seth The Programmer, Chuck the Cybercook, Geekdom 101, Team 4 Star, etc. I'm not 100% sure who to turn to about Superman, but if we could get non-biased fans on this and their analysis on how and why Goku or Superman would win, and screwattack was there talking amongst the fans, then maybe then both fandoms will shut up about this whole fight between Goku and Superman. So that's what screwattack should do. They should ask the experts. Because, let's face it, screwattack's research sucks. They have the animation down, but their research absolutely sucks. They should always ask non-biased fans. Get both parties together, talk about it, and hopefully come to an agreement. And that's all I have to say about the worst parts of screwattack's Goku vs Superman. Now, even though I call bullshit on some of their research, they still are entertaining, and they get discussions going. Again, I still call bullshit on their research, but they still are entertaining. But if I wanted to have a actual analysis, then I would go to Animation Rewind and Seth The Programmer. Or if there's any YouTubers out there that you guys think I should check out who does great analyses, then please leave a link in the comment sections below and I'll go and check them out later on. And that's it from me. Thank you guys for watching my top 10 worst screwattack's Goku vs Superman moments. And if there's a top 10 video that you guys want me to do, just leave some comments in the comment section below and I will check them out as soon as I can. Because I'm looking for ideas for top 10 videos. And it can be anything from my favorite top 10 anime fights, or my top 10 favorite sad moments, or my top 10 favorite or hated characters. It can be anything. But I'm not going to do these lists on a regular basis. I'd say I'm going to do like, I don't know, like every 3 or 4 weeks, because these lists do take a lot of work and time. I will get around to my top 10 favorite moments of screwattack's Goku vs Superman, but that's going to take some time, and I have loads of requests from people who want me to do reaction videos and reviews. But I will get around to it as soon as I can. So, again, thank you guys so much and have a nice day. Thank you guys for watching, and if there's a series you want me to check out and review and give my thoughts on it, or if there's a top 10 list you want me to do, or any reactions or responses or rants on anything geeky, just leave links and comments in the comment sections below and I'll get to them as soon as I can. And if you guys want to follow me on my social medias, I'm on minds.com, VidMe, Gab, Twitter, Tumblr, Patreon, and my other social medias are down there in the description box below, so if you want to go and check them out, please do. And don't forget to subscribe and share this video. And please go and check out my new skeptic channel, Gypsy Freak. It's also down there in the description box below. Peace out.